Hi students of class 9th. This video will be useful for 10th also, because you need to understand the concept of democracy first of all before understanding the chapters of political science. So what exactly is democracy? You all must have studied the famous definition by Abraham Lincoln that democracy is a government by the people, of the people, for the people, right? But how actually it is not just that one definition, how it works, or under what circumstances democracy would cease to exist, even though a country reportedly may be a democracy. There are many countries in the world which practice democracy, but there are certain conditions which are not applicable there, and that is why they are practicing false democracy. What is democracy? Democracy is a kind of government where people choose their own representatives directly or indirectly, and these representatives do the running of the government, running of the administration for us. So definitely for people or the citizens to participate in a democracy, they should have right to vote. So first point is universal adult franchise, that should be there, and it should be equal rights for all. For example, in Saudi Arabia, though Saudi Arabia has a monarchy, but even if the voting took place, the women were not allowed to vote. Then when they were allowed to vote, their vote value was half than that of male, right? Or in Communist Party of China, the people have the right to vote, but they are forced to vote for one particular party. So this is not equal voting. Equal voting means, like in India, we have right from the first day of 1950, when the constitution was adopted, that every vote has equal value. There would be no discrimination on the basis of caste, color, gender, creed, anyway. Everybody's everybody's vote has an equal value. So first of all, there has to be universal adult franchise without any discrimination. Secondly, the right to vote or elections have to be there. If elections are not taking place, then how are citizens going to exercise their right to vote? So elections and regular elections, it is not that once in 50 years. Right? So like in India, we have elections every 5 years, or if the government falls before that, then we have elections before that also. Right? So elections are very much important. Third, more than one political party has to be active in elections. So if there is just one political party, definitely even if elections are taking place, we are going to vote for that one party. This is not true elections. So minimum 2 or more than 2 political parties need to exist. Now here again I'll quote the example of China, that China allows few minor parties to exist, but they have to obey to the dictates of the Communist Party of China. So China is not a true democracy. That is why people have no real power over there. Now then universal adult franchise, regular elections, equal weightage to all the votes. Now people's participation in election. Suppose the constitution provides for elections and it holds, the administration holds regular elections, but you and me don't go to vote. Then what will happen? The few people who go to cast their vote, their voting will decide the result. There will be no clear majority, and suppose there were 100 people in a city to vote. Only 50 people went to vote, and then out of those 50, 20 voted for one, 30 voted for, or rather 20 voted for somebody else, and then 10 voted for somebody else. So in this case, there is a tie. Suppose 21 voted for one and 19 voted for one, and then 10 voted for another one. So a candidate with only 21% vote will be coming to power. This is not going to be a good governance. So we need to vote, and that is where our Indian democracy is lacking. A big percentage does not go to vote. They enjoy the day of election as a public holiday, and they just rest at home. So that is there. We can't blame the government if we ourselves are not performing our duty. So as Indian citizen, we need to be very, very active, right? So this is very important. Now, universal franchise, equal weightage to all the votes, then regular elections, people's participation. These are key elements of a democracy. Now, democracy can be of two types: direct democracy, which is not possible in today's world because their populations are huge; direct democracy, where people directly participate in decision making. So we cannot imagine crores of people participating in a decision making directly. There would be chaos. So that is why we practice representative democracy, where we choose our democracy and they go and form the government. And we also, yes, we also need a good opposition for a good democracy to function. Suppose a political party is chosen to power, the other party which is there as an opposition, they need to be very, very active, because opposition's work is to check the working of the government. So actually opposition is equally important. In absence of opposition, again the political party may turn chaotic, out of control, enjoying absolute power. So all these factors are very important. I hope this helps in understanding of democracy. And now we will start with, in my next episode, we'll be starting with chapter 1, democracy, chapter 1 of political science, class 9th. And this video will be very important in understanding the chapters that you'll be reading now. All the best.